Enter, if you will, an abandoned hospital in South Texas. Cross the threshold into a world where nothing is as it seems. Are these echoes of the past, or are you being stalked down the long, dark hallways by something more sinister? What haunts the basement? What's haunting the chapel? And why does the number 3 keep appearing? The answers to all of this and more on Yorktown Part 2. Welcome to Everything Vaguely Paranormal. Hello. Welcome to Everything Vaguely Paranormal. I'm Ryan Roberts with Shelly Pruitt and Blake Smith, and we have a lot to get into tonight. If you haven't seen our first part on Yorktown, I suggest you go check it out as well, because this is a continuation. But we have a whole lot to get to tonight, so I'm just going to turn this over to Blake, and we are going to start rolling.
Sounds good. Welcome, y'all. We're back. Woohoo! Part 2. I'm excited.
I'm nervous because you know what happens when we talk about Yorktown.
I know. And you know what? We've already done a 30-minute pre-broadcast and we had not one single issue. But we're not talking about Yorktown yet. So
we weren't.
Y'all, I'm so nervous. I seriously almost drank my Mountain Dew backwards.
I went and peed 3 times before we started.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, I'm not the only one. Okay.
You're not the only one.
Okay,
you're not the only one. So
yeah, they're going, why isn't she in the studio? I'm like, y'all, I gotta pee just one more time. Leave me alone. Okay, I'm ready.
We are ready to roll. Like Ryan said, oh my gosh, y'all, we have so much we want to show y'all because there's just so much in this episode that is just relevant to what we talked about last time about all these spirits that are supposed to be there, but in our personal experiences, that's not what's there. We know what's there. What's there is dark. What's there is negative. It's just, and I hope I'm coming in nice and clear tonight, by the way.
You look absolutely.
You look I know it's super blurry last time, but hopefully. Oh yeah, look, we got, look right here. We got, you're clear tonight, Blake. Woohoo! Yay! Problem solved. So, anyways, as I was saying, we know what's in Yorktown is dark, it's negative, it's nasty, it likes to mess with us, it likes to play with us. And so everything that we're going to bring to the screen tonight for y'all is it shows exactly that and just how nasty it can get. So before we get into that though, again, we preface if one of us drops off, just hang tight. We'll be back. So we're not going to waste any more time because there's over 36 clips that we want to show y'all tonight.
Yeah, it's a whole lot, y'all.
So we're going to start with the first clip. Now, this first segment that we're going to show y'all is at the end of the first night. If you remember watching on the last episode, you saw me throw my hand up. I have never pulled myself from an Estes method. And that is because in that moment, I got grabbed and I got the words, "kill him," in my ears. And I said, I'm done. I'm not playing with this anymore. I'm out. And literally Ryan closed it. I didn't waste any time. I gathered up all my stuff, threw my backpack on my back. No, I left my backpack. I'm so sorry. Left my backpack and my cell phone recording in the confessional booth. Oh, yeah. That's how much I didn't care. And
you got up out of there.
Sped walk right out the front door.
So whenever Ryan says he threw up his hand, because we can't see or hear anything, and because we were doing 3 people, we call it tapping out. And that's when we hear something or experience something that we don't like, and we are done. And I think we're all pretty good about knowing when to tap out. We try not to, but if it gets too negative, we absolutely. I think I probably tapped out at 3 because I was just getting stuff that I just didn't want to hear. I don't think I've ever tapped out at Yorktown though.
Yeah, and if you're leading an Estes method, you really have to pay attention to people's body language, their facial expressions, what's going on, and when they raise their hand, you got to close it like that.
And you close it fast. You have to
because there is a chance that they are hearing something that is just absolutely terrifying, and they want to get the hell out of Dodge.
Or they could be in that moment feeling like they are going to be what we call jumped. They feel like they're losing control of whatever it is that's coming to them. And so once that investigator's hand goes up, whoever's leading has to be on it, spot on it. And usually it'll be me, Blake, or Ryan that leads if we go to a place. We take turns leading because fortunately we've been around each other enough to know that the body language and we can kind of sense when they're getting uncomfortable. And if that hand goes up, we know close that circle right then. We're done. Stop all communications and basically tap out. Kind of like in wrestling.
Yeah, exactly. Well, and it's especially important when you have 3 people under as well. You know that when one goes up, and we all know when one taps out, they all tap out.
They
we
all
pull
tap
them
out.
all. You don't ever open something up with all 3 and close it with 2 still under. You open it with all 3, you close it with all 3, and that's it. So what we decided that night in the hotel room, though, was that, you know what? We don't run from a fight. That's just who we are. We don't back down. And so me, Shelly, and John had kind of decided, all right, we'll go back into the confessional booths, do it again. And this time we're not going to tap out, and let's see what happens. So that is what we did. Why nobody told us this is an extremely bad idea, I have no idea.
Why did somebody let me do it? Why did somebody let me do it twice in one night? Because trust me, I was wiped after that. Wiped. Done.
It does. When you're leading it or when you're one of the ones being channeled through, it drains you because they are using your energy in order to come through and talk and speak to you.
I tell you what, by the end of that weekend, though, because all 3 of us were a part of all 3 Estes methods throughout that whole weekend, whether we were leading it, whether we were in the experiment itself. And I don't know about y'all, but when we got back to the hotel room on that, Sunday morning at 4:00 in the morning, I was done. I was out. So like I said, we had the bright idea, probably after a few cocktails to,
not happening.
or a few shots of Fireball. We don't know. To say, you know what, we're not going to back down, and we're just going to set it up exactly the same.
I believe what was said was, let's go get that MFer.
Yeah, I think something along that lines. Something along that lines happened. So I said, you know what? I'll even take the confessional booth that I was in last night where I heard kill him, and let's see what happens. So that is what you're about to see. So we're just going to jump right into it. Y'all, I'm just going to play these clips. After these clips play, let's just talk about it, our feelings and everything that's going on in that moment. So I'm going to start right now with clip 1, and we will just jump into it.
On. Turn what on? Please help.
How can we help you?
John.
Why do you talk?
Deadpan. Because we want to know if you're here and who you are. That's why we talk. Can you tell me who you are?
I got the word I don't like to say.
100 strong. 100 strong?
Yeah.
People or something.
Legion.
How many of you are there? Flee.
Oh, we jumping right into that.
Oh
one,
man,
jumping
that one.
right into the rabbit hole. Now, I want to know though from our viewers right now if anybody caught the specific moment that made our jaws drop in that clip. I was astounded when Ryan sent this to us and was like, "Holy crap, you got to listen to this part." Ryan, what went through your mind? Like,
dude, I was at the Austin Public Library. I was doing research and listening and trying to mark down timestamps and everything and looking and listening to this whole thing. And my eyes got about as big as damn $50 pieces. And I was like, are you kidding me? Did I hear what I thought I heard? And I immediately hopped on the horn and was like, y'all have to go back and listen to this because I don't just tell me what y'all hear. And I mean, it was something that just like I said, my jaw dropped. Has anybody on the chat guessed what it is yet? Okay.
Nope, we haven't had anybody come through yet, but I want to hear Shelly's thoughts because after Shelly talks on it, I'll play it again, and we'll point it out before we play it so that we can really pay attention to what we're talking about. But Shelly, when you heard it, what were your thoughts?
Well, my first thought was, could it have been? Well, to be honest with you, I probably listened to that Estes method probably 40 times because I go back trying to say, okay, well, was that relevant or not? Whatever. And I never heard that until Ryan pointed it out, and I went back and I listened, and I thought, well, is that the ovulus? No, it's not the ovulus. The ovulus doesn't sound that way. And then I thought, could it have been a guest? No, because the guests that were there sounded a little bit more far off. This sounded like it was right up on it, like this, when it spoke. And I got to tell you, that bothered me. That bothered me a lot, especially since the word preceding it was, I got the word I don't like to say. I got demon. But what was odd, whenever I got the word demon, it was a female, and it goes, demon. It was kind of like a doorbell, like ding dong, demon. Yeah. And I'm going, okay, who you, honey? I don't know who you are, but all right.
Now see, the part that bothered me was not only the fact that you said I got the word demon, right before it happened, but also right after you said I got the word demon, I say 100 strong.
And then whatever that was chimes in with that word.
Yeah.
So play it one more time.
I was just about to say,
if anybody else can hear this.
Let me play it again one more time, and you're going to want to specifically listen for Shelly saying, "I just got the word demon," and I say at the same time 100 strong. Ryan responds with 100 strong, and then another one of our investigators, John, says something, and it's right after John speaks, and it's bone chilling. So let me play it again.
On. Turn what on? Please help.
How can we help you?
John. Why do you talk?
Deadpan. Because we want to know if you're here and who you are. That's why we talk. Can you tell me who you are?
I got the word I don't like to say.
100 strong. 100 strong.
Again.
People or something.
Legion.
How many of you are there?
Flee.
Man, that is clear as day, too.
Oh my gosh. And it's like Shelly said, yep, we got somebody who got it right there.
Thank you.
Legion. Right after John says, right after John says, people are something, it just goes Legion. And
that was not the ovulus.
No.
That was not a guest.
That was nothing we can account for.
We have asked everybody that we knew that was there, was that you? And they're all like, no. And most of them did not know. And nobody says that they heard that in the moment either. Ryan, it sounds like it was right up on what we're recording with. And there's no way you wouldn't have heard that. Because one of the things you do whenever you're leading the Estes method is you try to repeat back questions. And a lot of times, especially if there's three people, you try to follow whichever line of questioning is giving you, whoever's giving you the answers, you try to go with them. I know for a fact, Ryan, if you would have heard the word Legion pop up, that you would have repeated it and would have been like, why are you saying that? And you don't even acknowledge it.
Here's a little bit more compelling evidence from John, who is a part of this Estes method. He has actually said, that's the voice I was getting on my spirit box during this Estes.
What?
Now, I myself never heard that voice, but if he was getting that on his Estes, that makes it a little bit more compelling.
Wow. I know that.
Well, and I know sometimes it is kind of hard to differentiate between what we're hearing through these headphones and then you hear something that could potentially be. Now, don't get me wrong. We're not labeling this paranormal because there's a lot of variables in the air that it could have been.
Yeah.
But the weirdest part is even so, if it was the ovulus, if it was a guest, if it was something else or a disembodied voice, why that word in that moment?
And that's right before 100 strong. And right after I say demon.
Yeah. And like you were saying, like if I would have heard that, because it was loud enough that I would have heard that.
Absolutely.
And if John
you would
is
have
hearing
responded.
that, and John can't hear anything other than what's coming through the spirit box into his ears.
Right.
So I would have responded to whatever that was, especially with something like after you saying the words that you said, I'm gonna react to that immediately and start questioning on that line of questioning, and I heard nothing.
Now, and I remember us having this conversation like through Messenger whenever we were still the next day we were still trying to figure out what is this. And Ryan, you made a good valid point because what we know to be there is very dark and demonic and nasty and negative.
Mm-hmm.
And Ryan, you said in the Bible, it states, I'm not trying to get religious or anything, but in the Bible, it does state, and it quotes, Jesus cast them out to hell. And when he asked what one of their names was, he turned around and said, we are Legion, or I am Legion. I can't remember exactly what you said. Apologize to that. But that's, I don't know. I can't stamp it fully paranormal because there's so many variables.
I can't debunk it, and
That's
trust me,
the
you know
other
me.
thing.
I go through and I try to debunk everything. I try to just like, can I take it out? Can I make it disappear? Can I account for where it came from? And because I'm a skeptical believer, but I couldn't figure that one out, you guys. I couldn't.
And we have tried our best. I mean, ever since we got that, we have tried our best to figure out where it came from, and we just can't come up with any answers.
Yeah. So where we lie on it, and just conclusion, is that we're not going to label it paranormal because there's too many variables, but we've done everything in our power to debunk that voice, and we can't debunk it. We don't know where it came from.
It definitely doesn't sound like any of us.
No, not at all.
So can I throw something in that's very odd since we're talking about Legion? I'm sorry, I'm going to derail for a second. So the thing about Yorktown, that's something interesting that I'm sure that we will tell you at some point, is that Yorktown tends to like to play with people who aren't on Yorktown property, especially if we are there. I know that Blake has had an experience when someone that was not with him, but at his home, was having experiences while he was at Yorktown. I have had someone that was like Ryan had called me in the middle of the night, and I said, by the way, I don't know who the girl is with the tips in her hair and the redheaded guy that needs to stay off the third floor at Yorktown. Don't know where that came from, but I wasn't even there. No way I could have known
She was not there, and I turned around, and sure enough, there's somebody with tips in their hair and a redheaded dude sitting right behind me, and I was like, no
way I could have known that. But it likes to mess with people who aren't there. So my brother was in a car wreck a couple of days ago, and last Thursday, and we had just been talking about Yorktown on the podcast on Tuesday. I'm driving to the hospital, and he is okay. But as I'm driving up to the hospital, never been to this hospital. I've been in the area, but never been in the hospital. And as I'm driving up, the hospital is on my left, and the road immediately to my right. Now, why I'm looking to the right, I don't know. The road is 100 Legion Street. I did raise my eyebrows, and I went, "Are you fucking kidding me?" I did. I'm calling them going, you ain't going to believe this. I took a picture. I'm like,
She did.
I held the camera up as I'm driving. I go, y'all ain't going to believe this. And why I was looking to the right, I have no idea, because my very next turn was to the left. I knew, my GPS says turn left. Okay, I'll turn left. But why I looked to the right, I mean, maybe my left and my right. Maybe I get them confused. I don't know.
Did you do this to make the L so you know where to?
No, I just always go, oh yeah, I write with this hand, so that's my right. Terrible.
That is so odd. That is such
what
an
are the
odd...
chances? Never been to that hospital before. Never even been there. Had no idea. And what do I just happen to see when I should be looking to the left? I glance to the right, and it says 100 Legion is what's on that street name. So anyway, not to derail, but go ahead.
So freaking weird. Now the next video that oh, and by the way, at the end of this podcast, you can go and you can watch these videos that we're showing you tonight on our YouTube channel. They're in their full context. They are not edited out. That you would get the whole. Each one of these tonight is about 20 minutes long, so you'll get the whole thing of everything that we had experienced that night. But this next one, it's just a real small clip. It's right after that word Legion is caught, and it just kind of goes to show you how they play with you in a nasty way. So just here we go.
Why?
Make him turn around.
Make who turn around?
Easy.
Get him. What's easy?
Make him turn around. Easy. Get him. So I mean, I know, there's not really much to talk on that. That is just more of a continuation, because that is literally about 5 seconds after the word Legion is caught. That they're already starting to pick on you, Ryan, of saying he's easy, get him, make him turn around. And that make him turn around is going to be very compelling in the second portion. Very compelling in the second portion of this. But I do want to move on to a third clip. That this one we can spend a little bit of time on, but it's like it floats through the room, going from one person to the next to try and figure out which one it can pick on as an easy target. So, get Blake.
Hey, Blake.
What? Wow. Why do you want? Why are you so fascinated with Blake today? You're fascinated with
Help
John?
her. Help her get
I won't
Blake.
talk to you.
Why not?
Now, how creepy is that? That when I say get Blake, and Shelly just, I don't know, lovingly responds with, "Hey, Blake."
That's what I heard.
And,
Now, I will say in that particular one, when we first started that second one, I was hearing more female voices, which is very unusual. I don't normally get the females. I mean, I'll get a female that might pop in, but normally in that place, I get the really pissed off dudes like, "Ah!" I'm going, "Yeah, really?" So it was very odd for me to get a female. And to be honest with you, I think, like you said, how it plays with you, I think they probably thought, well, she'll let her guard down if we don't talk to her the way we have been. And you hear me say, "I don't want to talk to you." And that was what I heard. It was a female going, "I don't want to talk to you." So
Meaning me?
yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe
Well-
maybe they were talking amongst themselves, and she just goes, "You know, I don't talk to you." Bye,
The thing.
Felicia.
Go ahead, Blake. I'm sorry.
I was just going to say, usually whenever what I learned, because y'all know me, I went through and I line by line broke these SS methods down to really try and understand them, because sometimes somebody asks a question and then 30 seconds later we get the answer for it. So I really like to delve into them very deep, but I don't know if she was responding, "I won't talk to you," as in to you, Ryan, or because there was another person in there that asked, "Help her get Blake," and she responded with, "I won't talk to you." So it's kind of hard to tell, but in both of these sessions, I kind of have noticed that when they're talking about things like, "I don't like you," "I won't talk to you," "I hate you," or things like that, it's usually directed at the person that is leading the SS method.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And
But the thing I do want to point out, especially for you, Blake, is whenever we go there, there is a female that likes to talk to you
yes,
and likes to, she likes to. I think she finds some sort of comfort in you.
Yeah.
Because we've been there several times and we've heard a female who is, you can barely hear her underneath the static, but she's arguing with a male.
Yep.
Yes.
And you can hear the male, and the male is very mocking and very, very not nice. But the female says things like, "Help me, come find me, hold me." And a lot of the times it's when Blake is under. So
now I don't know. So there was an SS method done prior to this investigation back in June with me. Ryan, you led. And if need be, I can put that up on our YouTube channel. It was caught by a guest and now kind of fellow investigator, Deb Benson, who love her.
Loved it.
yeah, she's awesome.
Love Deb. And she has graciously allowed us access to that video because she filmed
Yay.
it. So I ended up breaking that one down. Now, y'all, I don't ever recommend this. I was under for 29 minutes on that SS method.
too long.
Yeah, that was a long time.
Absolutely way too long. But the things that were being said were so prevalent and related to what Ryan was asking that I think that's why we kept it going. And we did find confirmation almost. Somebody had asked, do you asking the male that was mocking her, do you not like that she feels protected by Blake? And I respond with, "Yeah, come find me." And I say just like that, "Yeah, come find me."
Very aggressively.
Very aggressive. Like he's pissed that she feels protected by me and he wants to do something about it. And she's come to me every single time I've done an SS method in Yorktown since then. So the last 3 times I did one, she's come through, and every time it's help me find me, help me find me, help me find me, back and forth. So I don't know if that when John says help her, is he talking about the female? I don't know.
And that's why I'm thinking like maybe the lovingly hi Blake from the female that Shelley had heard may have been her.
Could have been her. Could
Yeah.
have been the comfort of her recognizing me.
Mm-hmm.
I still
And that
think
could
it's
be-
weird though.
But that could also be a reason like whatever's there doesn't like you because
Right.
she does find comfort in you, and so it amps it up and comes after you a lot.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, yeah, man.
I
We're
think
gonna
that's
see
the
that
last
tonight.
time I hear her during that as
Mhm.
well.
Well, no, there might be one more time.
I'd have to listen to it. Let's go.
Yeah, we'll play it. Anyways, we're gonna move on. Let's play this next one, and I just want y'all to know that the further we go into this, the worse it gets.
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah.
it doesn't get nicer as it progresses.
Oh
Mm,
God,
not at
no!
all.
Why would it? It's
Why would
worked
it?
And what?
I approve. And I'm home. Spirits,
Who you approve of?
settle down. Minnie.
Why is he still talking?
Why are you?
Dumbass. Oh, sorry. Dumbass.
Who do you want to stop talking?
If you want.
All three.
Crush.
Now that one is pretty damn compelling to me, honestly. Not only the part, I think Shelly, your spirit that you're channeling through is probably calling John's spirit a dumbass.
Yeah, I'm relatively certain of that as well.
That's kind of what I caught on to. But the part was before. I don't know if it came through clear enough. But the question was, who do you want to stop talking? That came from a guest or another investigator. I couldn't quite make out who it was. But they say, who do you want to stop talking? And again, in succession, John, Shelley, me, which we had that on the previous one, says, if you want all three, crush. And it's not the first time in all this that we get told all three. We want all three out, done, stop talking, get them out. So
It sounds like mine is more of a direct response to her. Who do you want to stop talking? And my immediate response is all three.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that was more of a direct response. I think whoever in that moment, and that wasn't, if I remember correctly, that wasn't a female in that one, but it wasn't a real aggressive voice. It was just kind of like more like all three. God, like God, y'all are back again. God, didn't we run you off last night? And so, yeah,
it's just weird to me that it's if you want all three and then crush. I don't know. So I don't know if I kind of took it as a continuation sentence. It was like this segment was said by John, this segment was said by Shelley, and this segment of it was said by Blake. That's how I took it when I listened to it. Was who do you want to stop talking? If you want all three, crush.
Yeah, I mean they're going back and forth talking to each other a lot inside those confessionals.
Oh,
and I
absolutely.
think that's something interesting to point out, that I think sometimes that maybe whoever's leading isn't the one that's being spoken to. I agree that sometimes I think that, and to be honest, in that center confessional, I felt like a ping pong ball a lot of times. Like I felt like, and I think in one of these that you actually say that whenever she said this, she leaned to her left, and said to this, she leaned to her right, because that's the way I felt like I needed to go to answer the question. I mean, to say whatever was said. And I think a lot of times they're talking amongst themselves. Whenever you're in the middle, it's like, okay, everybody calm down.
Oh, it gets super confusing when it's like 3 or 4 of them just doing this, and you're like, okay, wait, what do you, y'all gotta stop.
Yeah.
So yeah, the ping pong ballness is, it's a real
sounds
thing.
dirty.
For sure. It does, doesn't it? It's my new sexual term. I can't
There you
handle it. All right, we're gonna move on to the next one. Now, this is where it gets. This is the prime example of why I love the Estes method. Is because you have to remember. I don't think we fully explained it. Blindfold, noise canceling earphones on,
and
so
that spirit box running as loud as it'll go in your
As
ears.
loud as
Your ears
possible.
ring whenever you're done with it.
Yeah. So you have no audio clues, no visual clues, and I think this one's next compelling with you and John, Shelley. So
I'm dead.
Clearly.
You know, I'm gonna ask you gay. I'm gonna ask you gay.
Oh,
so we know.
who is?
Tell me who.
Go away.
Why?
Go away.
Why?
that's a pretty good one.
Didn't go away.
Yeah,
I want to talk to you.
but that's the part that made my jaw drop as well, because I mean, blindfolded and noise canceling headphones on, you can't hear anything, you can't see anything.
Mm-mm.
Spirit box is blaring, and then John says, "Go away." Why, Shelly? Go away. We can't hear each other.
No.
I mean, not only that, but there's also a wall in between us, on either side. So,
and that's quick succession, and almost like it could have been communicating through both, and it just like happened to hit Shelly's spirit box just a second later after it hit John's.
The interesting thing about that is that also happens again at the end of the Three Alone.
Yeah, it does. And then the word bitch gets thrown at me like 14,000 times, or something. All right, move on to this next one. Now this is weird to me because Shelly, I get repeated something that you got earlier, and just kind of just goes into the point of what we truly believe is in this chapel, or really in this confessional booth. Honestly,
I'm here. Why? It's me. Who are you?
Nobody believes you.
Oh, I just said demon.
Huh.
Touch the piano.
I
The
found
answer's
that
now.
spirit. It just said nobody believes you except your mom. That's not true. That was people in here believe each other.
I'm sorry, but that's the funniest response ever. Nobody believes you but your mom, Ryan.
I think she might.
Right?
But man,
I
think
it's funny that it says that I say nobody believes you, and then you say I got demon. I go, nobody believes you except your mom. Yeah, it's kind of like it's almost like whatever I was hearing was trying to convince you guys, no, it's okay to keep talking because it's not a demon. Don't worry. Nobody believes him. Nobody believes you except your mom, please. I got the sassy one that night, I guess.
I know. That one to me was the funniest portion of it was nobody believes you but your mom. It's like some teenage high school argument.
Oh man,
but your mom, loser.
I got the mean girl going, nobody believes you but your mom.
I could like you just did. I could just see her there flipping her hair, twirling her hair, whatever. Nobody believes you but your mom.
And the
sucking
funny
on a
thing
lollipop, whatever.
that's not the only time I've got your mom on a spirit box directed at me. So.
But that's not even the only time we got your mom in these sessions. I mean,
yes. So we had some smart ass
teenage
girl is what I was thinking. Like, nobody believes you but your mom. God, just go away. You're like so lame. Don't believe him. It's not a demon, please. Nobody believes in demons. It's like, what the hell is wrong with you?
Shelly, I totally think that you should do a whole skit where you just reenact the voices that are coming through. Nobody believes in your mom. Oh my god.
As
just as if I had the time for that. I don't even think so. Like gross.
Need you to pull some clueless and just be like, ugh,
I don't have the time to be on this dusty chapel.
Ryan, next time we go there and you lead at Estes, that's the voice you have to use.
Oh, I'll do it. I'll do it. Now, I will.
I need you to walk up and just be like, okay, we're going to allow you to use Shelly as a conduit.
What kind of grody ass spirits are in her?
Like as if I'd even talk to you, loser. Oh, no.
Oh, God, Joe.
We amuse ourselves. Sorry, guys.
I know.
The next one.
Sorry. All right. Here's the next one.
Who are we speaking with?
Gotta growl.
Well, you sit down.
The worst.
No. Why are you singling out Blake and John?
It just said a lot of women.
What did she say?
Leave.
I like women.
Yeah.
It's pretty interesting
Mm-hmm.
because Shelly is the only woman in that Estes method. And you straight up ask, why are you singling out Blake and John?
Yep.
And John actually goes, well, and Shelly says, it just said, I like women. So it's kind of like going, well, I like women.
And they don't like y'all.
No, and they don't like us. I think there's a bunch of other reasons they don't like us, but
yeah, maybe.
That is sex discrimination from the demons at Yorktown. I'm highly offended.
I'm offended for you.
Don't be offended too long. I'll get over it quick. It's all good. All right, this next one is kind of a little bit of a long one, but how compelling this one is. It is interesting. There is many.
Many what?
Spirits.
Okay.
Let's go.
How many?
Dick.
It's too loud.
19.
There are 19 spirits. Downstairs or upstairs?
You are. Have fun.
I don't like
There's
him.
19.
Blake.
Yeah.
Who don't you like?
There's 19 of
Bye,
us.
always.
Minus them, there's 19 of us.
Fuck him.
Fuck who?
Fuck you.
There's no need to get ugly. I'm not being ugly to you.
And
Ha ha. Ha ha.
Run.
No. Why?
Blake.
Why do you dislike Blake?
Bitch.
Thanks, Shelley, for that. I appreciate it.
I think it's interesting. You hear me say I don't like him, and Ryan says who, and you say Blake, and I go him.
Yeah.
It's just like right after it.
Yeah. And then at the end, now I will touch on the last little portion just real quick, just because I find it very interesting that he says, "Why do you dislike Blake?" And there's that long pause, and nothing is said, and Shelley just goes, "Bitch." But if you stay with us and watch this next Estes method, that entire time, anytime that I got mean or assertive or pushed the limits, if you will, I was instantly called a bitch. The word bitch is never used again in this Estes method. It's only used in the second one when I start leading. And I don't know if that is singling me out for that. That it knows something about me, and that's why it's singling me out, because that's how it gets under my skin, and we know that's how it gets under my skin. But I found that extremely compelling. That was the one and only time that the word bitch is used, and it's right after the question of why do you dislike Blake?
And when I was doing that Estes method, I kind of took when Shelley said I don't like him, and the fuck you and all that stuff. I kind of initially took that as being directed at me, but the more we go through this and the more we talk about this, I think it's directed all at you, dude. I think that
All at me?
Yeah. Because just the way, because I think something's going back and forth between you and Shelley and those two, and it is just being aggressive towards you. It gets a little bit aggressive towards me, but it's mainly focusing on you. Only the fuck you, I think, was focused on me, but I don't like him.
Yeah.
I said
Blake,
that too, didn't I? Was that me or was
Yeah.
that Blake?
No, that was me.
Yeah.
That was
Oh,
the
good.
other.
I thought that
that-
was me.
Well, that was the whole crazy part, because I know we're totally skipping over the whole first part. Hold on, I'm laughing. Hold on, look at this comment.
What does it say?
It says, "Bitch with cry laughy face." It said, "These spirits need a Snickers." Why? Because you're not acting like yourself, spirits. God, eat a Snickers. Oh, shit. But I mean, we're totally skipping over the whole first part of that, where I go spirits, and Ryan says something to the effect of how many? How many spirits?
Yeah.
And I say 19.
19.
But
And
the
that's how many
weirdest-
people were in the room.
Yes, that's the weirdest part, is that I was answering him, but I was
Wait.
also.
That was the count. That was the head count.
That was
in
the
room.
count.
Yeah, if you listen to
Holy
the
crap.
if you listen to the other people.
We actually had started already that Estes method when we started. Remember, people were still coming in when we started that. So we had blindfolds on. There's no way he could have known how many people were in that room right there. And you hear Gypsy say there are this many in there. I believe it was Gypsy that said that's how many people are here is 19.
Yeah, I think so. I think so because it says there, and then
It
somebody else repeats. There's 19 of us in here, you know.
Yeah.
And then right after that, it's the I say Blake, and you say, who don't you like? And that's when I say fuck him. And I think that honestly, in my feelings on that matter in that moment was directed at you, because you say fuck who, and I go fuck you.
Yeah.
Like,
I definitely think
that
that was directed at me, but everything else I think was directed all towards you.
Oh, well, yeah, and the more, it's like you said, the more that we go through these two sessions, I guess you could say, the more that I am starting to believe that, to where it's like, for some reason, it was like centered around me.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, and we had discussed this, Shelly, a little bit, you and I on the phone, and Ryan, I think you caught a little bit of the tail end of the conversation, was that, you know, the more and more you go back to this place,
mm-hmm.
the more and more it learns about you, the more and more you open yourself up to this world, they're able to come into your world, learn, you know, and I think that was just a magical number of visits for me that they were like, all right, he's been here 5 times. Let's go ahead and give him everything we got, you know.
Fuck this guy. He's back again. Right? Let's get him.
They're like, oh, we've already got this one and that one. Hey, let's go for him. All right.
But
cool.
the thing is, too, is you were also in that first confessional booth every night. Every time we did this Estes method, this last visit, and that's where I think that's where it likes to hang out, and you were in its space.
I think so too, and I that is pretty much what am I trying to say? Evident in these videos when you're watching one of our investigators hold a K2 meter right in front of me, and the whole time, it's just tacked out at red.
Yep.
You know, and it's just back and forth, just all the way to red. So, but anyways, that is one of my favorite clips. Sorry, Ryan, for telling you fuck you.
It's okay. I mean,
still one of my favorite clips.
I'll forgive you this time.
Okay, sounds good. All right, here's the next one that we can talk about.
Is there any?
it. Ooh.
Last night.
Do it. Weirdo.
Did you make Blake run last night?
Yes.
That's the one clip I don't like. The one clip I don't like out of this whole thing, because when I heard that voice, killing, it was the killing the night before. That voice that said yes to you, answering your question, goes, yes, is the exact same voice. And he said, are you, and that, it just, it makes me chill up every time I think about it. That it's just like, are you the one that made Blake run last night? Yes.
And that's a direct response too. You know, you can't, if it's the same voice, it's the direct response, you know, it's the one that hangs out in there and it just does not like you and does not want you in there.
And it is that first confessional booth.
Mm-hmm.
Shelly, we should put you in there and see what the hell happened, because they really don't like you.
No. See, next time I think we shuffle it like that.
It makes me sick in there. You notice, like I told you, whenever the sermons are done, I stand in front of that booth because I know whatever's in there gets pissed off, and it comes and it makes me sick. Not unless I want to clean up puke out of that first confessional booth. I mean, it probably wouldn't hurt nothing. It is Yorktown. But yeah, no, hell, I'd do it. I don't care. I'm a gamer. Pop me in there.
Okay. I'm laughing at this comment over on the side. I wish that y'all could see the thread as I'm seeing it, because it's just absolutely hilarious. By the way, I run the back of the controls, so all your comments are coming to me, and I'm popping them on the screen for Shelly and Ryan. But this one says, "Fuck you, fuck me." Wasn't that a Lionel Richie song? I don't know, Jamie.
We have the best ears ever.
That might have been a Prince song.
It might have been, yeah. It sounds a little more Prince than maybe Lionel Richie, you know.
Yeah.
I think she might be getting it confused with Hello.
Oh, that's true.
Might be. Who knows? All right, let me get back to these clips. Hold on. Let me find where I was. I'm sorry. I'm laughing so freaking hard at these comments. Okay, here's the next one for us.
You're dead. You're touching my back. Or are you dead?
I'm looking behind the door, dude.
Where do you come from?
We are.
I'll hurt.
Help.
You're not
You're not gonna hurt
No,
nobody.
you won't. You
Who went
can't.
behind that door? Who went
No,
behind
don't
that
be
door?
ugly.
Behind all of them.
So I know that one is kind of hard to make out because a lot of stuff is happening at that moment. Because Shelly, you're telling us look behind the door, or stuff like that, and so we've got one person looking behind the doors, and at the same time, I'm saying things, John's saying things, Ryan, you're trying to respond, but the ones that really stuck out to me was Shelly, you going, "I'll hurt you,"
Yeah.
and the way that you say it is it's almost like that one that we're going to show later, the Trust Me. That's now an inside joke. It's just like, I'll hurt you.
Not really a threat, more like just a statement. I'll hurt you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Ryan.
I was gonna say when
okay,
when it starts when it starts doing
Chilled
stuff
up.
like that. If you don't see that clip, I was like, you're not gonna hurt anybody. You have to stand up to it when it starts doing stuff like that, and just like you don't have any power to do that.
Yeah.
Because
And it seems like every time that we did that through these two sessions, it seemed like every single time we did it, we always got the response of "fuck you." It's just kind of like we kept telling it over. You ain't got that power. You say in that one, don't be ugly. I think it says, no, you won't. No, you can't. Don't be ugly is what you say. And Shelly goes, "Fuck you."
yeah,
I wasn't putting up with your shit. That's all it was to it. I just wasn't going to take that. And it's funny though, for the words "I'll hurt you" to come from me.
Right.
I'm 5'2" and all of 109 pounds, and I got two big dudes on either side of me. But they
Right.
choose me to go, "I'll hurt you." Maybe I'm scarier.
I don't know. I don't know, Shelly. It's all them small packages that you got to watch out for. Girl.
Oh yeah. Yes, it's the short ones you got to worry about because they're closer to hell.
You know what? I'll climb up your leg and punch you in the mouth.
You better watch out. She's gonna climb you like a tree.
That's right.
All right, here's our
That is
next.
funny though. That's
That's it.
I'm gonna so steal that line. Go ahead.
I'm over here crying, by the way, just so you know. I've been laughing so much. Anyways, here's our next one.
Left is bad or left is bear. Left is something.
Get out.
Why?
Jack.
Who's
Help me.
getting out?
That was female. Help me.
Who's getting out? I'll get
That
you
same
one.
female that talks to me every
No.
time. The real faint one.
Is there any kids here? I just got here. You just got here?
From
What
where?
are you gonna do?
We're not gonna do anything.
We're not
Your
talking.
life.
We're
No.
not.
That's a pretty good one too, because now we know that's Gypsy asking, "Are there any kids here?" And we know that two of our people connect really well with the kid spirits, and that Ryan, that's you, and that's Gypsy. And so it being Gypsy that asked that question of, "Are there any kids here?" And Shelly, you immediately answer, "I just got here." So it goes back to the whole, is he masquerading around as all these entities, or is there a kid there?
I would guess in that moment because my voice wasn't aggressive when I said it, and just like you guys, I try to say it as I hear it or what I interpret as it's the inflection in my voice. And all I heard was, "I just got here." Kind of like, what did I miss? I just got here.
Yeah.
And there wasn't any aggression in my voice or anything like that. So I would be, and to be honest, that of all things, that's one of the ones I don't necessarily remember what it sounded like.
Right.
So I couldn't tell you, but I do know for a fact that I don't trust anything at Yorktown that presents themselves as a child to me, because they know that's what my weakness is, a child. And if anything presents as a child, I'm like, you go away, not today, Satan, go away, So yeah, go ahead, Ryan. I'm sorry.
And that's what I was going to say is, we were talking about how some things break through sometimes, like you had the experience down in the labor and delivery. What if
that was a mother?
Yeah, I'm just saying, but what if?
I'm going to find that picture. Keep talking. I'm going to find that picture and throw it back up.
What if it is letting things come through to draw us in and give us a false sense of security?
Absolutely. I would completely agree with you on that.
Oh, absolutely. Without a doubt.
Yeah.
Because, why? I think, dang, I'm all tongue-tied now on that. because it's like I have so many thoughts about Yorktown that it's
Mm-hmm.
like that. Yes, we have touched on the subject of that. We do believe that there is some type of entity there that are holding these spirits there, and that there's another one that's kind of a trickster and stuff like that.
Mhm.
So I get really lost in the thought process of it, because is it one of these spirits that is trapped there that is truly showing itself to us in that moment, in that time, because it has a need and it has a want to be heard? Or is it this darker entity that is presenting itself to us? And
There goes Shelley.
there goes Shelley. That presents her, she'll come back. That presents itself to us in a form that we would open ourselves up to allow ourselves to be vulnerable in.
Mm-hmm. You know, and yeah, I think that is something that we kind of have to explore going forward. We have to just be extra cautious. Welcome back, Shelley.
Thank you. I was the first. Usually, I am the first one out, so I was just wondering when it was going to happen.
I was wondering too, and you noticed it was right as I was calling it out, right? You know, basically saying, is it this or is it that? Whatever.
Mm-hmm.
That's because I'm going to tell its secrets.
I was going to say we're almost an hour into this, and we had a 30-minute pre-broadcast. We had no issues thus far, and we start calling it out. And all of a sudden, bye, Shelley.
That's right. I'm always the first one to get kicked off, but Ryan got it last time first.
Yeah,
so I don't feel too bad.
Yeah. So.
But what I was saying too is, like, I think that's something we have to be mindful of going forward. But I mean, at the same time, with it focusing all of its energy in that first confessional, what if there are things that are able to break through because it's distracted and its energy is focused on something completely different? So I don't know.
That's actually a really good thought to kind of expand on, because I mean, Shelley, when you had a really good experience down in labor and delivery, I mean, was there a lot of activity elsewhere that was happening? I mean, I'm sure there was. There was probably a group,
there were half of the people that were there were in the chapel, and the other half had gone to the basement, which is why I said I haven't been able to go down here. I grabbed another investigator. Don't ever go anywhere in Yorktown alone. Okay. It's just not smart.
No.
So I said, hey, let's trek down here because we haven't been able to get down here by ourselves. Let's see what we can get going on. And really the majority of the energy with the number of people, they were in either the chapel or had gone to the basement. And I was just like, I'm trekking down here because ain't nobody down here. And I'm going to go see what we can get down here. And that's when it was just kind of like, I think the energy was too large. Groups of people were in two of the most active locations. And I think whatever was there, I agree, was probably distracted. And it suddenly gave this little tiny window and gave whatever was there just enough wiggle room to go, oh my God, listen to me.
Yeah.
So
maybe we can maybe that's a theory we can test when we go back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just put a good vast majority of our group inside the chapel, let them do their thing, and send two off to the surgical wing or the basement or labor and delivery.
I'll go.
I'll go with you.
Okay. Ryan.
Me and Shelley venturing out.
That's right. Ryan, you're gonna have to keep all that negative energy up there with you.
Say, why I got to stay in the chapel? Why?
I mean, you're not going to be alone.
Fine. All right.
As long as, Shelley, we can like skip down the hallways and sing like hi ho, hi ho.
Oh, absolutely.
Off to work we go.
There we go. There we go. We can do it.
Okay, moving on to a really good shocker of a clip. So here we go.
The light just completely went out on this. Okay, here we go.
Nope.
No.
Did you? There's no way there's no reason this light should go out.
Why do you hate us?
Did you just
Turn
turn
off
this
the lights.
Oh.
Blake. Dirty.
Did you turn this light off on this camera?
Dirty what?
Fucking yes.
You didn't guess what?
Scared.
Now, you like how we say it gets a lot more intense the further we go along in this? Now we got lights going out.
Yeah. Now, and let me say, I was running. I had that light shining on Shelley, and I have never had a flashlight on a phone go off on me like that. Not one time. And on the phone, it was on. And the phone battery had not died. It was...
The light just turned off.
The light just turned off. And you tell me...
While you're recording, that's the biggest portion of it is while you're recording, it turns off. We all know cell phone lights when you're recording. They don't turn off unless you physically go in.
And he didn't do that.
And he didn't do that. You're seriously holding the phone like this.
and then you tell me how she knew.
Well,
Exactly.
but what
Yeah.
happens after that is that you tell somebody to turn on the light so that we can see, and the light comes on, and I immediately say it's too bright.
Mm-hmm.
I can't see. I got on a blindfold.
No.
How would I know that?
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
yeah, that
and
was
and then you follow that with turn off your light.
yeah.
Like a direct command to turn off your light. Now, the only other thing that I have seen this in, I've actually watched another Estes method be done at a different location with a different group. It's on YouTube. And this woman, she is under, and she's sitting there blindfolded and everything. And there's a window across from her that a truck starts up, and is headlights brighten up and comes right across her face. And the moment they turn on, she goes, turn off the light.
Wow.
So that was the first thing I thought of, which I was like, oh my God, we got our own little moment like that. That's so freaking cool. But yeah, again, like Ryan said, you tell me how she knew.
Yeah.
Because
you can't see jack.
And I know, Shelly, you're like me. When you're blindfolded, you have your eyes closed as well.
I do, because
too.
my eyelashes hit if I try to have them open, my eyelashes hit that, and then you like get your eyes stuck open. You're like going, oh my God, I got an issue. And so you just close them. You just close them and keep them closed. It's just easier.
Yep.
Plus, it helps me to kind of and I don't know. I'm sure people can see that I do this whenever I'm doing the Estes, because I'm pushing those so hard against my head so I can hear everything. And a lot of times, if you see me shaking my head, it means that I'm not understanding what's being said, or I'm not saying what's being said. But a lot of times I lean forward and I lean back, and it's kind of like, okay, I'm listening. And I don't know why I do that. That's just what I do. So
yeah. So I'm going to play this one. This was if y'all saw the little sneak peek today. This is where this clip is from. This one to me is probably the most compelling clip that we have from this session.
It said mother effer.
Why are you so angry?
Shelly.
It just said say it all. Okay, motherfucker. All right, there you go.
You're angry because of Shelly?
Do you not like the 3 in the confessional?
Something's blowing on my neck again.
Blue shirt? Blue shirt.
Blue shirt?
I'm learning. Come!
Are you?
He's on mine.
Are you blowing on Blake's neck again?
Just like last time.
Oh, damn it. Jesus. I'm here.
The devil's coming.
Where?
Over here.
We're in church. We're okay.
With him.
With who?
Man.
That's a nasty clip.
Mhm.
Super nasty. And Shelly, the part that gets me the most is where you say blue shirt.
Mhm.
Why would you say it? I mean, yeah, I had a blue shirt on.
Yeah.
and normally we always wear black shirts, just and so I didn't know. I didn't realize you didn't have on a black shirt.
And
That's why you heard me question going blue shirt. That's
Yeah.
what I heard was blue shirt.
Yeah, because every single investigation I've been on with you two, I've worn black. That's just
Yeah.
that's
We
just my
normally
thing.
do, yeah.
We normally do.
Because we don't want to
Um,
reflect light or anything like that. And yeah.
Yeah, and so I don't know why I chose a blue shirt that night, but I did. And you said blue shirt, and then I say I'm here, and then of course John's the devil's coming.
Well, and then you say something's blowing on my neck, and Brian says, "Is somebody blowing on Ron's neck?" And I pop up with just like last time.
Just like last time, which is exactly what happened prior to me getting grabbed and running the hell out of that confessional. So y'all can only imagine my nerves in that moment when I'm sitting there going, "Oh shit!"
And my spirit's over here going.
Okay. But hold on, I want to tell you something. I am prepared for next time because my friend brought me back
Oh, nice.
a nice little vial of holy water.
You're gonna
Cool,
have to.
man.
You're gonna have to get you some gallons of water and put 1 drop in, because one drop
One
purifies
drop.
all.
Yeah,
You're gonna have
one
to.
drop
You're gonna have to
purifies
get that crap by the gallon if you're going back again.
Yeah, you ain't lying, because I feel
Yeah.
like this next time they're gonna be like, all right, he knows that we know who he is, so
It's
let's
like,
just go all out.
I mean, but the fact that you had a blue shirt on, said blue shirt, John says the devil is coming. You said I'm here, and I said where? You said over here.
Yeah.
I mean, those are all direct responses.
Him though. With him, I continued. I said over here. There was a pause, and I say with him.
Mm-hmm.
So
I mean, direct responses. And
again, seems to be directed at me in that last confessional booth.
Mhm.
And so I don't know, honestly, we would have to test this theory next time. Although I don't want to test and play too much. But is it the last confessional booth or was it me? Because I was in that confessional booth every time.
yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, we shuffle them up next time to see if the first person in that first booth has something going on more so than any of the other booths.
Just slide Shelly over there and give her a bucket to throw up in.
Yeah.
Here you go, Shelly.
Fine. And remember, don't pull me out unless my hand goes up. I can puke in a bucket and still channel. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
Multi-talented.
Here is, that's the one I just played. Let me play this one.
He
Here we
should
go.
move.
We're in here.
He should move.
Who should move where?
Ryan,
Where?
Sonny, that's his name.
Where to?
Antonio.
Right
I'm
here.
not saying that. Go ahead.
Fuck you. He's going.
Oh, wow, sorry. Why do you want Ryan to move?
Get him. You're a puss.
Jesus.
Why do you say that?
Fuck you, people.
I can get them all.
He's going.
You don't have that kind of power. You can't do that.
I don't like you people.
Now, I will say, the funniest part is the very end with Gypsy. I don't like you people. But at the same time, I mean, I don't know if y'all had noticed whenever y'all listened to it, and I did talk to y'all earlier about this, but my voice coming across in that moment is completely different than from when I began. And I do remember at the beginning of that session, I was fine. And in this moment towards the end, it was like I was getting very fatigued. And it wasn't anything other than like my muscles were tired. It's just like kind of hard to speak. And so in my mind, with my voice dropping as well, I don't know if I'm glad we wrapped it up in the next couple of minutes because I don't know if I was being prepared to be jumped.
There goes Ryan.
There goes Ryan.
He'll be back.
He'll come back.
I think you're right though, because your voice does change. And to be honest, that is something that again, I didn't notice until you had pointed that out. And I went, yeah, you know what? Your voice does go to get deeper. Now, what you hear me also in that one say, I'm not going to say that. And then I got kill, and then I got a slur with it.
Yep.
And I don't repeat those. And I don't usually repeat violence. Like if it specifically says kill or something like that, there's Ryan back. Hi, Ryan. Welcome back.
Hello.
and I don't repeat any kind of slur. So,
Right. And that slur was directed at me. We have kind of, could have been either one of us, honestly, on either side
could have been
of you.
several people that were in there.
Yeah.
But that was very interesting to me that your voice changes whenever I say, no, I'm going to say that. And then I don't like you people. And then, of course, Gypsy repeats, I don't like you people. You know?
And the other thing is right after I go, fuck you people. And Shelly, you immediately pipe in with, I can get them all.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I can get them all.
That's a very dark and direct threat.
Yeah.
To everybody.
My voice was a little bit different in that too. Not as dramatic as yours was, but it was like, I can get them all.
Yeah.
Again, that's
apparently I needed to move.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sorry.
she needed to move.
Sorry for calling you a puss, Ryan. My bad.
Oh, it's fine. It's okay.
All right,
We all know I'm not.
last one on this session, and then Shelly's going to tell us a little story before we get into the next one. So let's listen to this last one though.
Are you standing in front of Blake?
Yes.
Get them
Just a yes.
out.
Get who out?
All three.
All three? Nope.
Get them out of where?
It just said, will you lick my toes?
Chapel. This is on
I've
the
got a
right.
really nasty female that says some really nasty things.
Leave it to me to get the dirty horror coming through. I mean, come on.
I just love the little small giggle, Shelly, right before you say it. You're like, huh, I just got one that said, "Will you lick my toes?"
I heard it so clearly, but I was like, this probably has nothing to do with what they're asking, but that's
Probably
what
not.
I heard. So
But here's the thing. Think about this. It wasn't able to scare us out of there. It wasn't able to scare me because I was leading the Estes method. So then it tried another strategy. Like, what if I try to tantalize, and that didn't
turn
work
into
either.
a dirty whore.
Yeah, right.
Why
But
did you make me
it's-
say that? Why would I want to know you guys? I would have loved it if
Because
John
they
would've
like
gone-
women.
I would have loved it if John would have gone, "Ooh, I got a female said lick my toes," and John would have said it all dirty and stuff.
Oh, he totally would have.
Absolutely.
John would have leaned so far into that.
And me, I'm like, oh, I don't even want to say that. But that's what I heard, so that's what I said.
But the reason why the main reason why I have, not only because the comedy aspect, I had to put that in there. Sorry, Shelley. I just thought it was hilarious.
It is funny. 'Cause trust me, I was amused when I said it, obviously.
But the part is the whole beginning of it where you say, "Are you standing in front of Blake?" And there's that long pause, and Shelley says, "Yes, just yes." And then I say, "Get them, pause, out." And one of the guests say, "Get who out?" And I say, "All three." And then the question is, "Get them out of where?" And it's a couple seconds later, and you hear me go, "Chapel." So it's like that whole thing was like a continuation of whatever spirit was talking to me in that moment was giving you direct answers, Ryan, of who do you want out? All three.
Yep.
Get them out of where? Chapel. We just lovingly got Shelley's toes getting licked in between there. I really wish John would have gotten it. I'm sorry. I really wish that John would have gotten it. Because, he'd have been like, "Oh, foot fetish."
I didn't even want to say it. I felt dirty saying it just the way I heard it. It was like, I want you to lick my toes. I mean, I could see. I mean, it's like I could see it in my head. And I'm going, "Oh, you dirty whore. You need to be in the confessional. Oh, my
John-
God. Take yourself to church."
John would have been like, "Hurry up, take pictures of somebody. I'm going to sell them on the internet. I'm going to make some money." So that actually wraps up the second part of me, you, and John. Now we have a whole nother session that we're about to go through and start.
A whole lot more.
That this is the one. Did the spirits tell us Shelley's secrets? Oh, did they tell us your secrets, Shelley?
I don't have any idea what you're talking about.
Will you lick my toes, Shelley?
I don't know. Will you lick mine, Blake?
No. Fuck no.
Hey,
Missing
that's
out. Missing out.
that's exclusive content, y'all. What you
Yeah,
talking
that's
You're gonna pay for that. Never mind.
that's a whole
I'm
nother
playing.
streaming. That's a whole nother streaming service, y'all. So
Yeah.
Okay.
Moving on.
yeah, moving on from that. I mean, unless somebody's interested, give us a minute. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Anyway, so moving on to the next session. Shelley's like, "Woo, we're in left field. Let's bring it back to center." Moving on to the second session. The second session to me is where it gets a lot more intense. Just throughout the night. That one was kind of the precursor, the warm up.
That was the warm up to the crap that goes down after this.
Yeah.
So what this is, and the reason why we call this the 3 alone Estes method, probably there was an evening, and one of the stories we tell in the basement is that in the boiler room in particular, there's something nasty. There is something nasty in the boiler room. I have never really felt threatened by it, but I have seen someone be pushed to the ground in the
Face
basement,
down.
and she was one of those put together girls. You know the girl I mean. The girl whose hair is perfect and her clothes are perfect and her earrings match her belt, match her underwear, match her socks, kind of put together perfect girl. The kind of girl who doesn't get dirty for a joke. Okay. I've seen her that girl went face down into the dirt in Yorktown. She grabs her head. She starts screaming that it feels like someone has split her head open, and she starts screaming, "I can't see, I can't see, I can't see." I grabbed this woman up, and I'm like dragging her out, because at this point it's all just get her out of the boiler room. I didn't know I could drag a human being, but apparently I could. So I got her to the top of the stairs, and someone meets me there to take her out. And I realized I left the other 10 people in the boiler room by themselves. So I went back in and I go, "Hey guys, okay, so we're going to finish up." They were like, "No, we're done. We're done." So I do know things can get very aggressive and very violent in that boiler room. So we had another group in there, and I believe this was the time immediately after. Now we did have a warning right before that happened to that girl. So I had asked for knocks. We got 2 knocks. And then I asked for K2 meter hit, and all the K2 meters, every K2 meter in that boiler room went to red and held. And we got 2 words on the ovulus. I will not say what those are, because if you ever go, I don't want to influence you. I will tell you it's a name and a color. Okay. And it's in a specific order. And that has happened to me 3 separate times there. And every time it's happened, something's happened to someone. So, all the 3 times in the boiler room. So we had people down there, and it was me and Ryan and Stacy. We had a group in that boiler room. And I think this was not the time immediately after it had happened the first time. It was the time following that. And for some reason, nothing was happening. I mean, it just felt cold. It felt like there was no energy in the room. So we said, okay, well, let's move everybody and let's go somewhere else. So the group starts leaving out, and I go, oh yeah, I forgot my spirit box. My spirit box is sitting right there. I'm like, I'm going to go get it. My wonderful fellow investigators, Ryan and Stacy, were like, oh, well, we won't leave till you go get your spirit box. So, don't leave anybody behind. So I walked back in to get it. And the second I walked back in, I noticed my K2 meter spiking. And I'm like, hey guys, and they come in, and all of a sudden, all of our all of our K2 meters start going to red and holding. And we hear bang, bang, 2 bangs. We heard 2 bangs, and we're like, did y'all hear that? The spirit box is still running. And the Paralight, which if y'all will probably see that on any of our exclusive content, the Paralight starts going up to the top and holding. And that is the most difficult piece of equipment that we have to set off. It does not go off by accident. You can't put it next to an electrical outlet. It won't go off if you put it there. And this thing goes up, and it's holding at almost the top light. And that boiler room is a Faraday cage. So no radio bleeds come through. So if you get a word in the boiler room, you're getting a word, and it comes through and it says, run now, get out. What was the other one, Ryan? It said something else.
It was just run, get out now. And it was the same voice, loud and clear.
Loud and clear. There was no garbled. No, I mean, it talked over the white noise, and it talked loud. And we're standing there, and we're just looking at this. And I just got like this bad feeling. And I go, and I'm like, guys, we should probably leave. And it goes 3 alone, just like that, clear as a bell, 3 alone. And I'm like, and Stacey goes, oh, is this what you want? You want the 3 of us alone? And she's like, well, we're here. And I'm telling you, at that moment, I got a level of panic in me that I haven't had in a while, because I felt like someone was about to get hurt. I didn't think I was.
Yeah.
I thought
that air was thick. I mean, it was heavy, thick.
Something came around us, and it almost looked smoky in that room. Because remember, I went back in because I was like, okay, everybody, let's just get out. And it goes, run, 3 alone, run. And so I'm like, you guys, let's just get out of here. I'm like, let's get out of here. I don't like this. So Stacy goes out, then Ryan goes out, and I start out, and I'm like, I left my spirit box. I go back in. Now, I don't say out loud I left my spirit box. Everybody's gone out, and I realize I've left it, and I go right back in the door. And I get down there, and I grab my spirit box. The second I pick it up, it dies. It's done. And I'm like,
it was fully charged too. Like
fully
it had
charged.
full brand new batteries.
I hadn't even used it. And I turn around, and I'm like, you know what? And I start screaming at what's in there. I go, you know what? You're awful brave. I go, why don't you come up here and talk to me? So come up. She said, you got me by yourself. Come talk to me. And I'm telling you, all of a sudden, here comes Ryan and Stacey, like, what are you doing in here by yourself? I'm like, oh, no, I'm talking to this thing. They're like, no, come on, let's go. And I'm like, oh, no. I'm like, let's chat. And they're like, no, let's go ahead and go. And I go, yeah, you're probably right. Let's go. But I turned around and was like, just to it, just to be it.
And like, I have never on any investigation heard anything that clear. It's like, it was as clear as me as we are talking, come through the spirit box. And it was loud. It was yelling at us, get out, run, go. I mean, it was. And
we're like, why?
Insane.
Why do you want us to run? It's like 3 alone. And it said 3 alone.
And we were the 3 lead investigators that night.
We were the 3 lead investigators that night. And I believe the other 2 investigators that had been there earlier had already left. I believe that we were the only 3 investigators.
It was real late at night.
And we were the only 3 investigators still in the building. And it said 3 alone. That's what it's waiting for, to get the 3 of us by ourselves. And we start thinking, you know what? It got us by ourselves. We got to go check on the people that we were with, because we had told them to go upstairs, whatever, we're on our way up, we're going to pick up the stuff and be up there. And no, for some reason, it just decided to start talking when I went back in to get my spirit box, and my fellow investigators, fortunately, did not leave me alone. They came back in with me, and that's when it started acting up. I mean, it just started acting a fool. So we decided
in that drunken night of fireball shots and cocktails that we
We
would just,
decided that we would go ahead and give Yorktown Memorial Hospital what it wanted. We put me, Ryan, and Stacy, who is an ordained minister, in the confessional booths and decided to give Yorktown 3 alone exactly what it wanted. Us same 3 investigators that it decided to threaten when it got us by ourselves. We're like, let's go, bitches.
so now this is where we'll put in the disclaimer of next time we go back to Yorktown, we need adult supervision to stop making these damn stupid.
Yeah, we can't be
trusted. We cannot be trusted with this place. But anyway, so that is what you're about to watch. Thank you, Shelley, for that wonderful story in full, because I actually have never heard the in full. I've all heard little snippets and all that stuff. So it's nice to finally hear everything. That's a little
Well, it didn't do any
crazy.
good because I actually walked back in and was in there by myself and challenged it. And I believe Ryan and Stacy, y'all were like halfway up the stairs and y'all went,
Yeah,
Where the
we
hell's
noticed you
Shelley?
weren't behind us. We were like, oh
and
boy,
they
no,
came
she's
to,
not down there by
and I'm
herself.
standing there screaming at it, going, "You want to mess with us? You know what? I'm here. Do your worst. What are you get scared of me? Really? Bring it!" And they're going, "You need to come on out of there." I'm like, "Oh no, I got to talk to somebody."
We're gonna come back.
Now it was.
Yeah, they
I
did.
will,
They told me. They said that's okay. We can come back. Let's let it calm down. I'm like, "No, I'm gonna talk to this son bitch."
now, I will say something before I start playing these clips real quick, and I think it's in this Estes method as Shelley that you said when that girl hit the ground, she was holding her head and she was like, "I can't see, I can't see."
Mm-hmm.
I think you repeat that 2 or 3 times in this Estes method. Those exact words. I can't
I
see.
don't remember that. Okay, go ahead.
I'll have to figure it out.
I'll be
Anyways,
as surprised as everybody else is.
we're gonna start with the first video. So here we go.
Here we go.
The 3 alone Estes method. Finally.
Yes, you have 3 alone. The 3 alone that you want. Why do you want them alone?
Ha, I got it.
You got who?
Always.
She's done.
Who's done? Give me a name.
Peace be with you.
Who's done? I want a name.
You are mean.
Nobody's mean.
No,
Keep
but
going.
I can be.
You're fired.
Oh, okay, we're gonna start.
California.
Over young.
They told me that I was fired yesterday.
Do you see me?
No, I don't see you. Where are you?
Bitch.
Yeah, I can be. Where are you?
John, can we throw a little bit of light?
Not
Because they're
funny.
just coming up. I don't know why my
I'm not trying to be
light
funny.
isn't
Where are
on.
you standing?
But
in
that
front
way,
of me?
we can see.
Now I know I got a little bit muddled towards the end because the person that was filming was trying to get light thrown on the 3 of y'all because we weren't smart and threw it on there to begin with. But at the end, it basically says, "I say no, I don't see you. Where are you?" Stacy replies, "Bitch," again, right off the bat. I
So that's
without
one.
fail. Yeah, so that's who wants to keep the bitch counter going.
I will.
Okay.
No, I have to think. So let somebody who's watching right
Yeah,
now.
right. Yeah,
So,
yeah. So-
we're at 1. Just somebody
Wait,
put
yeah.
up a picture or something, an emoji every time.
Yeah, right. We need a bitch counter. But anyways, that's at the end, and then Stacy also says, "Not a friend."
Not a friend.
Yeah. So this is we have these clips are actually longer.
Let's
so
roll them.
I was gonna
Yeah.
say, so I'm about to roll right into the second one because it starts immediately after that. So here we go, and we can discuss.
You have all 3. Can you give me one of the
You
names?
better run.
I'm not going anywhere. Can you give me one of the names of the
You
people?
should run.
I'm not running. You keep telling me to run, but I'm not going to run.
Thank you.
3 alone. Don't make me mad.
Why? What's
Say
gonna-
my name.
What's going to happen?
You lie.
Thank you
On
for
purpose.
There's a lot of laughter.
Thank you for giving me one of the names of 3 alone, but I'm not going anywhere. Why do you want them alone? We want to
Don't talk to her. Shelley, I'm back.
Who's back?
Shelley.
Did we just hear that bang?
Who's back?
Stacy?
On delay.
So now you now have said all 3 names. Stacy,
That
Ryan,
were
and
just-
Shelley.
And that's a prime example of why I love to break these down as much as I do, because
Mm-hmm.
throughout that whole clip, that clip is close to a minute long. But I said, "Can you give me the names of all the 3 alone people that are sitting here?" And eventually, Ryan, you first off, you say, "It just said my name." And Stacy
Mm-hmm.
goes, "Shelley," and says Shelley twice. And then Shelley, you finally go Stacy.
I think what's
Yeah.
interesting is right before that is that I say something like, "Don't talk to her," and you say who, and she goes Shelley.
Mm-hmm.
And it was kind of like, "Oh, why don't you want to talk to me? You bring it and you talk to me."
But I just that was a jaw dropping moment for me when I was first going through this, and I was like, "Holy shit! It did say all 3 names. Like it gave me all 3 names: Ryan, Shelley, and Stacy." The only thing was is that Ryan actually he didn't say his out loud, but
Yeah,
he said,
but I
"I just
heard
got
it.
my name." Yeah, yeah.
if I'm not mistaken, I believe it was a female that said my name too when I heard it.
And
So
it's
it-
interesting. It was a female that said Stacy in my ear. Now I believe Stacy said that it was a growly man that said my name in her ear. So yeah, that's just the one that loves me.
Okay. All right, so here's clip number 3. Like I said, these are kind of long, so we're gonna roll through these a little bit, and then we can talk as we go. So
All alone. Here.
You've got them here all alone. Why do you
More
want
Spanish woman.
Why do you want them alone? What was the reason?
Hi, I'm right
behind
here.
it? Do they make you mad?
Keep them away.
Keep who away?
She's done.
Who's done? Who's done?
You son of a bitch.
I can be. You want me to? Why are you making Shelly shake her head? Give Shelly
No.
a clear response right now.
I'm here. Same
Thank you.
More
voice.
Spanish woman talking.
Male.
Okay? Who's here?
By Ryan.
I'm here. The woman.
Basement.
Beat it.
I'm there.
Well, come up from the basement. Come in here.
now I don't know if y'all heard what I heard, but there's a moment in there where Ryan, you say faint woman talking,
Mhm.
and then I say, okay, who's here? Because Shelly, you gave me a direct response immediately when I asked for it. I said, give Shelly a clear response right now, and you go, I'm here. So I'm responding, who's here? In that moment, again, it's another legion, not the word legion, but another legion moment, because if you listen very closely, and I can replay it if we want, but if you listen very closely, Ryan, after you say faint woman talking, I say who's here. There is a voice that I hear that it just goes, leave now.
Yes, play that again, please, because I did
Okay.
not hear that.
Okay. All right. I'm going to play it again. It's right after I
Okay.
ask who's here after you say faint woman talking.
All alone. Here.
You've got them here all alone. Why do you
More
want
Spanish woman.
Why do you want them alone? What was the reason?
Hi, I'm right
behind
here.
it? Do they make you mad?
Keep them away.
Keep who away?
She's done.
Who's done? Who's done?
You son of a bitch.
I can be. You want me to? Why are you making Shelly shake her head? Give Shelly
No.
a clear response right now.
I'm here. Same
Thank you.
More Spanish
voice.
woman talking.
Male.
Okay? Who's here?
By Ryan.
I'm here. The woman.
Basement.
Beat it.
I'm there.
Well, come up from the basement. Come in here.
Okay,
I
I
heard
did hear it
that.
that time. Holy
You heard
crap.
it? You heard
Yes.
it?
Right after give Shelly
Uh-huh.
a direct response right now, I say I'm here, and you hear leave.
Yep.
It's
And
under.
it's underneath the other chatter.
Yeah.
And it's very
Mhm.
soft, but he just goes, leave now.
Mhm.
I heard that.
I heard that.
Yeah.
Fucking creepy.
Holy shit, that's creepy as hell.
But you know what's funny is right after that I say by Ryan, and Ryan goes,
Mhm.
I'm here.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
So Ryan, I
Mhm.
think that dude was standing over there by you. I don't know. He wasn't by
I think-
me. I said it's
yeah.
over there.
Probably.
But again,
Man.
I get called a son of a bitch.
That's two.
That's two. We're up to 2. We're up to 2.
You notice I had my fingers up. I know you could probably see me, Blake. I'm like, ding.
Well, I thought it was really funny because I mean, obviously, people watching can't see it, but I can see y'all's reactions.
Yeah,
as
you can
these
see our
videos,
reactions.
These videos
Yeah.
are playing, which I think is great. And y'all, the moment it said "leave now," I watched both of them just like,
Yeah.
just like what?
I was worried that it picked up my mic because I said, "Oh shit!" I was like, "Oh no,
No.
I hope nobody heard that."
I was gonna say, luckily our mics are mute during these.
That's
videos.
probably a good thing. I cuss a
Probably.
lot when those are on. Yeah.
Mhm.
Probably. So okay, that's
Wow.
that's 3 clips in. So what do y'all think? I want to hear thoughts so far.
I mean, they are incredibly active. They are answering everything we're throwing at them. They're
Giving
even
direct
talking,
responses.
yeah, like they're talking to each other too, and like, man, I mean, and that's, I mean, we would call the first voice that we caught interesting because we can't call it paranormal, but that,
Right.
would you call that paranormal? Would you
I
call
would.
it interesting?
I would because I don't think there would be anybody there that would be saying that, number one.
I don't either.
And in that way, and with it being so soft like that, it's almost like it got caught on the recording itself and not necessarily out loud, because people would have heard that.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so I think that is a actual, in my opinion, Class A EVP.
I agree.
I mean, that's just me. Because why would there be a guest or investigator going, leave now?
Well, and you have to remember, that's captured on the recorder that's being held by another investigator.
Right.
Yeah, true.
That's not one that's sitting off over in a corner where somebody could have gone and walked up to it and been like, I'm gonna mess with him. That was caught on the camera being held by an investigator.
Once again, too, I think that could also be a warning again. Like, you don't know what you're talking to. Get out of here.
Oh, yeah, as we soon find out.
Well, yeah, absolutely. So, and speaking of finding out, let's go ahead and try.
Let's go find out.
Let's go find out. Come on, y'all.
Get back.
I'm
I'm there.
there. From a woman.
You're in the basement? I need you to come up from the basement. Come talk to us.
Alone.
You already got him alone. Come up and talk to us. Who are you?
Very good job, Blake.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Tracy.
Uh-huh.
I want a name, though. I want your name.
He's coming.
Who's
Go
coming?
home.
I'm not going anywhere. Who's coming?
Time to run.
No, I'm not running.
She's done.
Who is done?
Go home.
Nope.
Now I'm mad. Goodbye.
Okay.
I think it's warnings. I think it is
too.
Yeah. Because Shelly's like, now I'm mad. Like, Shelly's like, and I said, go home, and he's coming. And like, I honestly think it's people trying to tell you, get the fuck out of here.
And I think that whole clip in and of itself, because I'm very assertive in that clip. I'm very, no, I'm not doing this. No, I'm not doing this. I want your name is what I say. I was like, I want a name. I want your name. I'm very demanding. And that's like really one of the only clips that I can almost feel like I can say 100% is all those answers are directed at me. Because I am like, I want your name. This is some bullshit. You've been wanting 3 Alone. We've been hearing about 3 Alone all this time. Why? Who are you? So that's yeah, I agree. They're all warnings.
Mm-hmm. And it wants 3 all the time, and that's not necessarily a good thing.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, because I know they don't want Dale Earnhardt. You know, they just want, you know, I mean, it's, you know.
Pretty sure we can say that that's a safe bet that they don't.
Yeah, you know, and that whole thing, that whole 3 is just.
But I think
that
specifically
so
y'all 3.
Often. Yeah.
Yeah. But now it's at the point.
I heard that.
Y'all heard that?
I heard that bang. Was that in your office?
That was in the office with me.
Oh.
And you're in the office alone because you're at the real estate office right now, correct?
I am.
Yeah, you got that holy water, man. You better sprinkle a little bit around there.
Can I bust the cap on this real quick?
Yeah, go ahead. I would.
No, I'm gonna chalk it up to the a tree outside. That's what we're gonna chalk it up to.
You gonna bust the cap on that holy water? Or are you gonna bust the cap?
I don't know. I got a 9mm, so
you don't want nobody sneaking.
No. All right. So trucking on with that, let's hear some more warnings that we get.
Okay.
Turn around.
What are you going to do for the turnaround? You want me to turn my back to you?
Get out.
Nope, I'm not going anywhere.
Take me.
Take you where? You want to go on a date? I got my back to you. You told me to turn around. What are you going
Pray.
to do? You want me to pray?
Leave.
I'm not leaving. Gotta fix my pants.
Sweet dreams.
His wife.
Surely not my wife.
And what is the lessons that I'm here?
Surely not my wife.
No.
Tom.
Time what?
Shut up, bitch.
Okay,
Again, his wife.
let's go talk to
And she's here.
Who's here?
You think so?
Yeah, there's 2.
I know her.
No, one's a
You
mom.
know who?
Shut up.
Nope.
That's 3.
3. Well, what did she tell me? Shut up, bitch. Was that it? Yeah, shut up, bitch.
Mhm.
And it always, until later, it always seems to be coming from Stacy. That's the weirdest part. Until finally, Shelly, you join in, and then you're both just like, bitch, 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 bitch.
I felt left out. No.
You know, and it's interesting. It kept saying your wife because at the time, didn't you have something going on with your partner?
Yeah.
Mhm.
So, well, and that was, I think that's actually in the next clip. So let's roll the next clip just real quick, and then I will expand on exactly what was happening at that point.
I want to
You
talk.
said we start with him?
Start with who?
She's done.
Who is done?
Hold her.
Pull who? And why?
Do it.
Something just
Do it.
pushed me.
saw
I won't
it.
say
I saw
that.
it.
I'm sorry, I
She
won't
said
say
it.
that.
Gary.
She said so.
Who said so? Pull who and why?
Husband?
Okay.
Fuck you.
That would make a lot more sense to me.
4 more.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So going back to the your wife portion of it, and I say, surely it can't be my wife. And then I think we're about a minute and a half, 2 minutes later. And
Well,
Ryan,
what it says after this is, I know her, which that was kind of weird.
yeah, and well, that was the weird
Mhm.
part. I know her, and I tried to say, you know who, and again, Stacy says, shut up. You know, Stacy, whoever was talking to Stacy, didn't want me talking. They didn't want me
No.
probing or asking any questions or anything like
And
that.
she's also in that first confessional booth.
She is also in that first confessional booth, which is the
So-
crazier part because I think that with me leading directly after we had just got done be Shelly and John, and now whatever is in that first confessional booth, I think with her saying shut up, bitch, you know, blah 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 blah, and all these things, I believe everything that Stacy is saying is directed right at me because whatever's in that first confessional booth is talking to her, which was just making a connection with me.
Mhm.
But then the part is when you say husband, I go, all right, well, that would probably be a little bit more fitting for me, you know. In that moment, after we got done with all this is the expanding on this. I immediately called my partner and I said, "Are you okay?" And he goes, "Yeah, I mean, I guess. Why?" And I said, "Well, I'm just checking on you because they said husband to me, and I just wanted to, you know, make sure nothing was going on." And he had walked back into the house, and he said that one of our master bedroom light that he had just turned off was back on, so that they were turning on lights at the house. And I immediately hung up the phone and I started thinking to myself, you know, okay, we got to send that energy out. Whatever is, I kind of said to myself, whatever you are, you leave him alone. Your battle's with me. Your battle's not back at my house. You come back here and you come talk to me. And after that, I mean, it was, everything kind of went back to normal for him, but he said that things were kind of malfunctioning or acting a little weird. And he's a skeptic. Don't get me wrong. Like, well, I call him a skeptical believer. I think he believes, but it's not like a really profound experience that he's had yet to really solidify that belief. But I don't know. It's just really weird.
And and your home is a significant amount away from Yorktown too, so that just makes it even extra weird.
5.5 hours. Yep. 5.5 hours. So, and this was all during this time frame. Excuse me, y'all. That something was happening. So, Shelly, thoughts? You seem so lost in there and enjoying the videos.
Oh, I don't know. I'm watching. I'm just thinking that, you know, that, yeah, Yorktown likes to mess with people around you while you're there and after you leave. And it likes to kind of remind you and poke you every now and then, go, hey, I didn't forget you.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
I'm just kind of dwelling on the significance of that at the moment.
Well, with that said, let's play the next one.
I think it said Shelly. I'm not sure. Then I'll get her. You better run.
We're not running. You aren't going to do anything to Shelly either.
I don't like that. As a
Come
woman.
on, bitch.
Okay, let's talk to Shelly.
No more talking.
No, I'm going to talk
I'll
to
get
Shelly.
you too.
Okay. I'm not going to go anywhere.
Too much.
Hello, the lady.
Too much.
Too much? Too much what?
You better talk to him.
Number 4. We need like a little bell or something on the side.
I know, right? We
Like a
those
little counter.
Yeah, I was gonna say like the
counter.
little counter that we could just like throw up in the corner or something like that, and be like, "We're at 4, woohoo!" That was the weird part to me when you say, "Come on, bitch," and I say, "Okay, let's go talk with Shelly. Let's go."
And Stacy says, "Stop talking."
She does.
She commands you.
Yeah, she goes, "No more talking."
No more
That's
talking.
exactly.
Excuse
Yeah,
me.
she says,
no more talking.
"No more talking."
Could that be
And
directed
then
at
I
Blake,
say,
or could
I'll
that
get
be?
you too.
I think
Yeah.
I think that the no more talking, Shelly, is directed at you, honestly.
Probably.
Because I said, let's go talk to Shelly. And she goes, no more talking. And then you come back with, I'll get you too.
I mean, I get told no more talking a lot. So,
Yeah.
you know, I can totally see how the spirits will be like, damn, shut this bitch up. I'll yammer. You know, so.
Okay. And now this is where I actually have kind of confronted your spirit, Shelly.
Yes.
Trust me.
No, I don't trust you. I don't trust anyone. She got it twice, is what she said.
3 alone.
You have 3 alone.
3 alone.
We want to know why you have 3 alone. Or
Hi there.
why
Hi.
you want 3 alone. Hi. Can you
Shut up, bitch.
I'm not shutting up. Can you tell me why they want 3 alone? The one that's talking, Ryan.
You don't know
Maybe.
me.
Did he say maybe?
You won't.
And the REM pod's going off.
I can reach you,
You can reach me? Alright.
I'm
and
waiting.
you should go.
I'm not going
Shut up.
anywhere.
It's the same voice.
You can reach me and I should
Do it
go.
again?
I'm not going anywhere, so
No, no.
why don't you reach me?
Apologize.
Nope. Why am I being too mean?
You should say you're sorry. He's not big.
No, I'm not very big. I'm not apologizing. I'm not saying I'm sorry.
Fair enough.
Run. I won't talk
Guy.
to you anymore.
You
He's
won't
very
talk to me
adamant.
anymore. Okay.
Stop talking.
Okay. Why don't you want to talk to me?
Did you see me, Ryan? That specifically directed to Ryan.
Please.
Something cold just touched my hand.
You think so?
I'm gonna let
I
you-
can jump.
Mm-hmm.
Here's number 5. That to me, I know was a longer video, but
It's a lot going on in that.
Yeah, I that was a moment whenever I just remember in my head, holy shit, I think I am about to be the one that's being jumped. Not anybody in the Estes method or in the experiment, but that I am, because the part where it's like Ryan says apologize and I say nope. And Shelly, you come back with, you should say you're sorry. And then Stacy, he's not very big.
Yeah, they were sizing you up.
I was just about to say that. Like they were about to size me up to just,
Yep.
you know, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then Shelly comes back with the, I won't talk to you. No, yeah, I won't talk to you anymore. And he's very adamant.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that they just decided they were done. But that one part in there is the one that you and I have discussed several times. Trust me's in there.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Do you
exactly what I
want
was.
to tell them the trust me thing?
Yep, sure will. So in that moment, and it came to a point where, because Shelly had said, come on, bitch. And I said, all right, we're going to go talk to Shelly's, whatever spirit's talking to Shelly. So I kind of stepped a little bit further into her, to where I could see her head on. Now, remember, Shelly's blindfolded. She has no idea where I'm at. I've been moving around this whole time. She has no idea that I just took 2 steps forward. And she does Estes like this. Okay. Looking down with the blindfold on, hold her hands. Right before she says, trust me, there's that pause. And I intentionally put that in there to tell you all this story. She slowly raises her head, looks right at my eyes, and just goes, trust me. And I said, I don't trust you. Because had you not been wearing a blindfold, Shelly, you and I would have been making eye contact. You brought your head and your eyes directly to my eyes. Now, how you knew where I was and where my eye level was, no idea. But you pulled your head up directly. And I mean, just right into my eyes. That was a moment that was extremely unsettling for me, because I think that was the first time in all the time I've been investigating with you, Shelly, that I saw something that wasn't you. And it freaked me the hell out because in that moment, not only is all of this other crap starting to happen where I feel like I'm about to get jumped, but now I'm sitting here witnessing one of my fellow investigators
Potentially.
potentially almost being jumped and kind of taken over in that moment.
So I can tell you what I was thinking in that moment because I recall the trust me because when I said it, I didn't think that it sounded like my voice. And again, you don't know, you can't hear. You're trying to say it like you hear it. But when I said it, I realized that I was smiling. I was like, trust me. And I realized I had this smile. And, you know, you're aware of your facial expressions in your body and everything. And I
Right.
realized that I had this like smile on my face. And in the moment, I was kind of like, okay, what the hell is going on? I'm like, okay, I'm in my head. I'm going, okay, get out. I don't want to fucking talk to you. Get away, get away, get away, get away. And I'm thinking, why the hell am I smiling like an idiot? You know, I'm like, okay, I'm like, I got to shake this off. And in my head, I'm going, who the hell was that? And you need to go away because I didn't know what to do with what I just got.
Right.
So it was kind of like, no, thank you. No, thank you. No.
Okay, next.
Next.
Do you think it was the same one that said, "Did you see me, Ryan"? You think that was the same one?
I honestly don't know. I don't recall the sound of the voice for "Do you see me, Ryan?" I said, and that is directed at Ryan. I don't think so because,
Okay.
and only because of the fact that I felt myself smile. I felt myself smile, a really weird smile, and in my head, I'm going, "Why are you grinning like that? Stop that shit!" You know. But
So he was grinning like a mule eating briars.
I'm, I don't know what that's like, but I'll say yes. Okay, I'll take your word for it. Yeah, I specifically recall that weird grin, and I knew I was grinning. I can't explain it, but I don't know. But Blake did tell me later. He goes, "That made me nervous. I don't do that anymore." I was like, "What's interesting is that we all immediately go to where we're sizing him up. Like I can get him. You're like, you know, he's not very big. Da, 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 da. And all of a sudden, it's like we're all three have decided we're going to quit arguing with each other, and now let's focus our attention on the person who's pissing us off the most, which is the person who won't leave us alone."
And that's exactly where this next clip goes. So I'll roll it.
I'm gonna let them talk to each other for a second because I think they're talking between each other. I just want to hear what they say. I'll respond to some of their
I
responses.
miss ha 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 ha. He's kind of like ha 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 ha. It's the same male. You ready to leave?
That's Ryan.
No?
I'm here.
Who's here?
1,000.
He keeps saying 1,000.
She's next.
Who's next?
He's coming.
Drag it back.
You keep saying who's coming, who's coming. Or he's
Deep
coming.
male voice said something very growly. I couldn't make it out.
Crap. Awesome.
He's here.
Who is here?
Run.
Nope. Who is here? I need a name.
Stop me.
Step back. He's mean.
I need a name.
What for?
Bitch.
So that we
That's a
know
lady.
who you are.
Alone.
Me again.
I don't like you.
I know you don't. I don't like you.
Someone's touching my leg.
Yes, number 6.
Number 6, but you notice it was right after you say step back, and I stepped right into your confessional. And the moment I stopped walking, I was standing there like that. I remember I was looking at you, and you just went, "Bitch." Like, how dare you step to me, bitch.
Sorry.
You know, and to kind of follow the same thread of like sizing you up, I said, "Stop me." You know, so it's almost like a hold me back. You know what I mean? Like,
But the other
something-
crazy part was you kept saying 1,000, and you said 10. You said 10,000. Now this is the exact same night that we got Legion earlier, and mine, Shelley, and John's thing. So you talk about all kinds of crazy coincidences, and then of course, Shelley, you end it after you call me a bitch, and you're like, "I don't like you," and you really emphasize the you.
That's the way I heard it.
And I was standing right in front of you, and you just go, "Bitch." And there was a couple of other things that were said, and you just go, I remember you went, "I don't like you." Like you almost had that neck wave going.
You couldn't see how my eyes were. My eyes were closed.
No,
I don't like you.
I'm talking about like that neck roll almost. Going on. Like that's almost how it sounded, like you were doing. And I was like, that's fine. I don't like you either. So
I heard it very clearly go, I don't like you. And it was you. It was real specific. That you was emphasized and it was drawn out. I don't like you.
Yeah.
And it came through kind of broken. It was like, I don't like you. And so it was like, ooh, okay. That's how I'll say it then.
So this next one, this is a prime example about how nasty they can get with what they say at Yorktown. And it's a continuation of Shelly, you picking on me.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
What is your name?
She's done.
Who is done? You keep saying she's done.
I couldn't make it out.
Who's done?
Tension.
Why are you here?
Why am I here? I'm here to figure out what you want. Why are you here? Man, they really don't like me. Shit.
AIDS?
Can I talk?
Oh,
no. We're not playing
Shut
that
up.
fucking game. No, I'm not gonna shut up, and we're not playing that game.
Can we talk?
Yeah, oh yeah. Seven. The biggest part out of that is the AIDS.
I apologize.
No. Once again, we say to our groups, we're not responsible for anything that the spirits say. They come through and they say what they say. The person who is saying it has no idea what's being asked, had no idea what's going on. So the person saying it can't be held responsible. Ryan is strictly just saying,
repeating what he hears,
yeah,
which is what you're supposed to do.
Exactly. But it's that was a tough one. And that is a prime example of how Yorktown just knows
How to mess with you.
How to mess with you.
Did that get under your skin and scare you, or did it piss you off?
Oh, it pissed me
Pissed him off. You could see by watching it.
Me off. Yeah, because I immediately respond because I'm like, we're not fucking playing that game. I'm not shutting up, and we're not playing that game. That was the sole reason why I only put that clip in there was just to show this is how nasty these entities can get and how well they actually know the person that they are targeting. You know, I mean, fortunately for me, I my health checks out. I'm good on that, but I have lost a lot of friends in the community to AIDS, and it's a tragic thing to sit there and watch. And when something that I'm fighting, if you will, while leading this Estes, spits that word out, that's deep, that's dark, and that pissed me the hell off.
Yeah, I mean, and
Ryan, you asshole.
Well, you know, and during the time that hospital was in operation, that was like right in the middle of all that going on, like when it first came out and stuff like that. So like it's gonna do what it can to pick on someone.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna roll with this next one. Here we go.
Well, he can't.
Like I felt like something like
I'm gonna get all of
hit
them.
the end of the antenna.
It hurts.
You're not gonna do anything to any of the three of them in here.
Okay, I just got the word all three. Three again.
Relocating.
Three again.
Hi, the woman.
Hi.
Three again.
Really?
He said, "Did you hear me?" Okay, I
Yes.
heard you. All right.
Maybe later.
Behind me.
Okay, before we even talk on this, I'm actually going to go roll right into the next one so that nobody forgets what was just saying. Shelly, three again, and now we play this and listen to Stacy.
There's an evil laugh.
Big Jim, are you here to help these three? Are you protecting
Alone.
them?
Three.
Now she's getting three over and over and over again.
Another evil laugh. It's a man.
Expert, the female.
It just said left again.
Left.
Is there a certain time you want me to
Ryan.
let you know?
So you're saying three again, and then here comes Stacy, three. I don't.
And I don't think that we got that in what we did. We didn't get something that kept repeating three. Whenever
Right.
Ryan was leading it, it's when it was me, Ryan, and Stacy, and all of a sudden I get
specifically. Yeah.
3. And then
And
I heard 3, and it kept getting more aggressive. I'm like, okay. And it says, "Did you hear me?" And I go, yeah.
Yes.
And I responded to the spirit myself. Went, yeah, I heard you. I said it. Leave me alone. You know.
Mhm.
Well, then everything kind of went haywire. So the really interesting part about this next one is where I hold my hands up and lower my hands. What happens?
I don't know. Wait, what?
Time to burn.
He's bleeding going on.
Hi.
Right here. Already started. Okay, making sure. All right, I want a very distinct name.
Not scared.
I'm not scared either. I want a very.
There's no heaven.
I want a very.
Not scared.
It's me.
Okay, who the hell am I talking
right.
to? Hang on.
Everybody, hush. I want a distinct name of who we're talking to.
She thinks so. Ha ha.
It's a massacre.
Boy,
She thinks.
your
Like
mama.
I named David.
David. I asked for a distinct name. But who?
I can't understand
Whatever.
it.
It's,
The whole part where I just go, okay, and you all went silent. I was like, in my head, when I lowered my hands and you all went silent, I was like, oh shit. I was like, that actually worked. Whoa. But the other part was, your mama. Sorry.
I mean, they like calling that out, man. I'm telling you.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do.
They like trying to insult you.
Whew. I'm trying to let's see here. Yeah. I lost my place. I'm so sorry, y'all.
Oh, you're okay, man.
My bad. I was trying to keep up with what number I was on.
I'm gonna tell you now that I had to take out my earphones, so I'm having a little bit of a hard time hearing you guys. I hope you can hear me because suddenly my battery went from 50% life to 5% life.
Oh wow.
Oh, well then.
That's correct.
I
Yeah,
mean, you know what?
it was fully charged.
I was gonna say we only have a couple of more of these. Actually, no, I take that back. We only have. Yeah, we actually only have one more of these. So why don't we go ahead and play that?
Oh wow.
Okay.
And then Shelly, this is the weirdest part because yeah, we actually get your full name.
do we need to find you in the basement? Is that where we can find you?
I can say what
Hey,
you
baby.
say.
You can say what I say. Okay, say what I say. How about this? I got 3 of them under. I'm gonna do the counting game.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say that. I'm gonna count to 10, and I'm gonna skip a number.
Right.
And I want one of these 3 right here. I want you to tell them the number that I skipped.
Pray for
You
them.
should
baby.
listen to me.
Okay, I'm gonna start counting.
Now.
1, 2, 3, 4,
That's how you say it.
6, 7,
Again,
8,
you should
9,
listen to me and
10.
it's
That
over
guy.
again.
What number did I skip? Tell one of these 3.
More Spanish.
That
Have a
guy.
female say you need to run.
Okay, we're gonna do it again. We're not running. 1, 2, 3,
I just gotta help me.
Shut up.
6,
Same female
Worship.
says.
7, 8, 9, 10. What number did I skip?
Oh God, it just said my full name. It just said
There's a
Shelly.
lady.
Never gave us a number
Mm-mm.
at all, but that ending, because you actually sounded panicked to me a little bit. Not that I've ever heard you like panic, you never have, but in that moment when you said, "Oh God," they just said my full name.
I think what's more interesting is leading up to that. Whenever you're starting to say, we're going to play the counting game, and I go, you should listen to me. And then I say, you should run. I said, that was a female. And I went, oh my God, I just got my full name. That was the series. And being that you have a connection with a female, and I mean, I sounded a little bit adamant. It was, you should listen to me, run. That was a female. And then I got my full name. It was kind of like, oh, okay, maybe we should be winding this down. And probably, I've never heard my full name. I've heard Shelly.
Right.
Yeah.
But I've never heard my full name, and it did not come through nicely. So,
And that was about the moment that I kind of decided, okay, we I think we were at like 19 and a half minutes or something like that at that point. And I was like, okay, I think this is the time. We're good. Because we were about to go into other experiments and the sermon and all that stuff. So, but that's the 3 alone Estes method.
But wait,
Yeah.
do you not have that last clip?
Which one?
Oh, that very last one where you actually start to leave and what we say to you?
Do I? Maybe not, but they may be able to go to our.
They can probably go and see the very last. Blake begins to shut it down.
Oh, that's right. I totally forgot to put that one in here.
That's okay.
Yep. They'll have to go see the very end
Go
of the
watch
Ezra.
Just go to the
Smith,
YouTube
yeah.
page and watch it.
Go to the YouTube page.
Watch it.
Everything vaguely paranormal, and right as I'm
Because-
closing it down.
Because as much as it seemed to want us out, right when we decide to go, they change their mind.
Yep. Well, I think that about does it for us tonight. I just thank everybody for watching. I hope y'all enjoyed Yorktown Memorial Part 2. If we come across more things that we feel like might have left out there, who knows? There might be a Yorktown Part 3. Never know.
And
I mean, there will be when we go investigate again.
oh,
That's
absolutely.
for damn sure.
Yorktown is an ongoing case.
Absolutely.
We're going to keep going. We're going to keep trying to bring you the best evidence that we possibly can from an extremely active location that is that place.
Absolutely. And we've got a lot more things. We got a lot more things planned for y'all. We got a couple of bonus exclusive content that we are starting to create. So be on the lookout for that. That's going to be something that'll be coming your way hopefully pretty soon. We're trying to get the kinks all worked out on that.
And kind of like after the real Yorktown, I feel like I need a drink after talking about this one.
Shelly, UPS me some Fireball real quick.
I'm telling you, honey, it's like I need a couple of spirits with Shelly. Come on now, not to go sometimes, a couple of beverages. Yeah. So, well, guys, Blake, do you want to tell them where they can find us? Everywhere.
Yeah, pretty much. You can find us on Facebook, obviously, Everything Vaguely Paranormal, YouTube, Everything Vaguely Paranormal. We're also on Twitch, Vaguely Paranormal, Twitter, EVV Podcast, and Instagram, Everything Vaguely Paranormal. We have all those social media profiles. We utilize them for different things. You're not going to get the same thing across all social media platforms. So make sure that you go and
follow them all.
Make sure you go and follow them all. And like I said, be on the lookout for some more bonus content and seeing our faces on the screen some more in different ways. But I would say, hold on. I will say before we go,
Okay.
This is a little cliffhanger here for you. This weekend, Saturday night, if you have nothing to do, make sure you keep your phone beside you because you might get a notification that says Everything Vaguely Paranormal has gone live on a Saturday, because this weekend we are headed to Ballinger, Texas, to Old Park Hotel to go and investigate for 21 hours.
Oh, yes. And
there may or may not be handcuffs involved.
And liquor and costumes and
I was just going to leave it at handcuffs and let them their dirty minds run wild.
Well, I mean, liquor and costumes just adds to it. So,
hey, well,
we're bringing liquor.
We are bringing liquor. We're gonna have a good old fashioned party, girl.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
and I am an Old Park virgin. This is my first time going, so I am very excited.
And
you're so cute.
I'll just say this: watch for that notification, because if there was ever a place I would take somebody that was a skeptic that didn't believe, it'd be Old Park Hotel. And we've got a lot of experiments that we're ready to run at Old Park. So
and it may or may not involve handcuffs.
It may or may not involve handcuffs, costume, and liquor.
Can't beat that.
Well, y'all, thanks so much for tuning in. We hope y'all enjoyed the second episode. Catch us here live every Tuesday at 9, 8 Central. For Shelly Pruitt and Ryan Roberts, I'm Blake Smith. Thank you so much for joining in, and we'll see you next week
On Everything Vaguely Paranormal.
Good night, guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye.